it tell you?
It's like I said, it's fine on Streamlabs.
All right. Do you want to do like a quick record just to make sure it's fine on Streamlabs?
I'm recording right now. It's fine.
Okay.
Eh,
Okay.
like that, the
Whatever.
output there's fine, but the output
That's
in
weird.
Discord is.
All right.
Oh, it's fine now.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't fucking know. I don't
know
fucking know.
I don't know if it's on my end. What's going on? So it's always something new. I swear. Every time we record.
I ordered
Oh
new
yeah,
toys.
what'd you get?
I got a drill.
Oh, nice.
A little teeny hand drill. At all the sizes of everything for like magnets
Does it have a little?
No, it's like a
Oh.
screwdriver, but
Oh, okay.
an
I was thinking
actual
like
drill.
an old school
Make sure
hand
that-
drill.
No. I need to make
It
sure
has a
that
little
this
crank wheel handle on it, you know.
chuck doesn't suck balls, because that's why I'm getting a new one. Yeah, it's way better. I can tell.
Nice.
Because the one I had before was just absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. Yeah, this came literally like an hour ago.
Oh man, whew. That was close. Almost sneezed on stream.
I mean, you did, but nothing came through because of fucking GeForce voice or RTX voice.
baby. Which, you know what I hate is the fact that they don't support RTX voice. Like it's all in their recording software shit now. So they like refuse to update just the RTX voice app, which definitely needs an update at some point. But whatever, it still works. That's all that matters. Right. So, what have we got for today?
Nothing terribly exceptional. You're the one who comes up with the hypotheticals.
So I didn't think of. Well, to be fair, I did think of hypotheticals, but I thought it'd be more fun because I feel like everybody has a moment in their life where they look back and think, "Oh shit! If I would have made that decision differently, or if I would have done this, or taken this, or whatever, it would have totally skewed my path." in life."
Gone this way instead of that. You know,
Exactly.
Turn left instead of right.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, because I know I have one big one that would have definitely altered everything in my life as far as where I'd be right now.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if you had one that's like the big defining, like, holy shit, if I would have taken a different path, this would have completely taken me to some other life that I don't even know of right now.
I have one, but mine's probably not as fun as yours.
I mean, to be fair, mine's not really that fun, but it's basically after high school, when I got my first job,
Mm-hmm.
it was in retail, and I'd only been there maybe less than a month, and I was always brought up by my mom, always saying, whether you love your job or hate your job, you always give 100%. Right? That's just what you do. Whether you love it, you hate it, you have your own work ethic, you do you. And, you want to at least show that even if you hate your job, you're still willing to go 100% to it. So working in retail, it was okay, right? It was first job, no big deal. But it was slowly like, okay, whatever. But I got a call from Wafer Tech. They were like, hey, we want somebody, because at the time my cousin and his wife were working there.
Mm-hmm.
So they put in a referral for me and said, hey, are you interested in a position here, blah blah blah. And at that time, since I had been in retail for less than a month, I was like, oh god, that would be, I don't know if I should leave this job. Right? Like, I just started this job, so my thought process was like, I don't want to be that guy that, quits a month in to go do something else, right?
Oh man, an opportunity like that though.
And but see, here's the thing, I didn't think about it like that. My thought was like, I want to show that I can work good for this company, and so yeah.
I hate this job, but I gotta give it 110%.
That would have been completely life changing because
Oh
I
yeah.
worked there. I worked there for 4 years, which means I met a lot of friends that I
This
have
your
now.
PetSmart job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So friends I know now. Um, I would have never have met Shasta. So that would have probably we've been together what 9 years now. I'm looking at her; she's asleep. I don't even know why I expected her to answer. But we've been together 9 years now. Um, but it makes me wonder though, what would have happened if I would have taken the job at Wafer Tech earlier than initially planned? Like where would I be now?
Yeah,
What would I
that's
be doing now? Would I have even fallen into the job I have now, or would I be doing something completely different?
because didn't you
So
end up working at WaferTech anyway?
I did, and this was after the PetSmart job. Um, it was when I first dislocated my knee.
Right.
It was actually funny because the next day they called me and were like, "Hey, would you like to interview and test for this position?" And I said, "I would love to, but I am literally incapable of doing this right now." And they were like, "Oh, okay." They're like, "Well, when you are able to work, go ahead and give us a call, and we'll set up the everything for you." So yeah, it's just crazy because it's like 4 years later, I still ended up working there, yes, but what would have happened if I would have started 4 years earlier? So
Sorry, we just had somebody. Was it Mormons or Jehovah's?
Mormons or Jehovah's?
Neither. That's a new one.
Oh, who was it?
Who
That's
did
weird.
they say who they were with?
Iglesia Biblica Baptista.
Oh, so,
Pentecostal? Buddhist?
Iglesia is something Spanish.
Ah, see.
Biblical church.
So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
some kind
that's
of. Sorry.
so that's my I guess my life altering decision personally. Obviously, there's decisions I haven't made in life that could have been changing things too,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's the big one that stands out for me at least. So
For me, it has to do with my very first relationship ever.
is this the one that was just awful?
The one that is the very definition of an awful human being.
Yeah.
And like, okay, so I got the itch, so I decided to Google her.
Oh
I
no.
Googled her
Oh
this week.
god.
So
It's awful.
come to find out, she lives in Georgia now,
Oh wow.
which is just super
That's-
ironic, right?
Yeah. That is ironic.
But not only that, and this will just tell you the kind of person she is. She's an operations manager at the new Amazon warehouse down there.
Ooh, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Doesn't that just like tell you everything you need to know?
For an awful job for an awful person. That's what
It's just
I'm
like
hearing.
I told my friends that last night. They're like, "Oh, operations manager at Amazon? Yeah, say no more. She's a bad person."
She the one that hands out the catheters to people.
It might as well. Fuck.
Shit. Although, I'm surprised, and this was a running joke, and I can't remember if I told you about this, but I was in Discord with my brother this was a while ago, but we were talking about can't remember how it got brought up, but he was like, "Yep, put your gaming catheter in." He was like, "Sponsored by Razer with the RGB." It's like, we'll let you go pee until you update Synapse. So, and you know what's funny? Razer would be the company to do it with all the bullshit that they've come out
Well,
with.
did
in
you
the past.
did you see their most recent April Fools?
No, I didn't.
It was a chroma hair color.
Oh
It was
God, yeah,
It was hair color powered by Razer Chroma.
yeah. I could see it happening. That's the sad part.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, that's actually viable for some fucking reason.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But anyway, so it basically goes to just if I had stayed in that relationship, that specific relationship,
Yeah,
for any longer than when I did, that is literally 2 years of my life wasted.
yeah.
Just-
That sucks.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've talked about it on the show. just how that relationship went. But I know I've told you in the past.
Oh yeah, yeah. Not
Just
a good person.
is like textbook emotional abuse, textbook emotional manipulation, textbook projection from
Like a
her.
motherfucker.
Like
All right,
she.
I gotta close this curtain real quick, dude. There's too much light coming in. Okay, there we go. That's better.
You just have a healthy red glow on your face now.
Yeah, well, because okay, so there's a story behind that. So
Uh-oh.
sorry, I'm cutting in, but
Whatever.
hold on. I need a little bit of white light. I opened up paint. I'm gonna do this real quick. Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
So because I have RGB stuff, but I'm always usually thematic with it, and
Naturally.
I'm on a Doom kick right now because the guy I follow on Twitter made this really awesome ultra wide Doom
Wallpaper.
wallpaper, and so I was like, oh, dude, I want that, and I petitioned him. I was like, you need to make a 4K one to match this one because it just needs to happen. So then I found a 4K one that kind of matched up to the same theme. And then I was like, all right, everything now has to be just red and black. So everything in the PC is currently red. The microphone is red
That's
and
always
black.
been
The keyboard is red and black again. I didn't change my mouse yet. That will soon be red and black.
red.
Oh, yeah. So that healthy red glow, that's where that's coming from. Because red is in right now. And that's what we're doing.
Yeah, and anyway, back on the what
Yes,
what if I had stayed in that
terrible.
relationship? Like she was. This was back when I was more okay with the concept of having kids,
Yeah.
and she's just like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have 6 kids," and I'm like, "Excuse the fuck out of me." I too, thank you.
6 kids?
And
What the fuck?
do you know what her response to that at one point was?
Was she like just no or
She's like, "Oh, that's fine. I'll just pull the goalie on you at some point."
what?
Oh yeah, she was threatening to just stop taking birth control.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's not fucking,
Oh, yeah.
Which by the way, that should be a crime
It absolutely
of
should
any
be a
kind
crime. That's like
for both sides of the fucking fence. I don't
Uh-huh.
want to hear it,
if you are in the middle of doing your thing and you pull your condom off, you're a horrible person.
Should be a felony, to be honest.
It really should.
Because at that point, it's essentially rape because
Yeah.
you're not consenting to something that you're doing. So.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a sensible human being. My
I
bad.
know, right?
But yes, no, she sounded like a just garbage person.
Piece of work through
yeah.
and through. Like it was to the point where it was like weekly instances of being accused of cheating, being a horrible person, and she would just go on these hours-long tirades of how I'm this giant asshole, jackass piece of shit cheating on her, all this stuff, and like, why won't you just tell me you're cheating on me? And I'm like, because I'm not fucking cheating on you.
That sounds like projection. Was she cheating on you at the time?
Probably. I don't know, but she probably was. God. I'd be shocked if she wasn't. I would be actually surprised if she was not cheating on me.
That she is. Yeah,
but I'll never know. I just won't.
That's fun
because I'm not gonna reach out to that. Fuck that.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because.
But so that's the thing is like there would be these like weekly instances of hours-long tirades of her calling me a piece of shit, an asshole, a jackass. We get to a point where we were living together, sorta. We were sharing a room, sharing a bed, all of that good stuff. Well, it wasn't good stuff, but whatever. And
all that stuff.
My grandmother, had reached out to me and was like, "Hey, I want to meet you for lunch. My treat. Like, we'll get to like I miss you. I want to see you. We're gonna go to lunch." So I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'll go to lunch with my grandmother."
Yeah.
And so I tell her, I tell this individual.
Voldemort.
Yeah, right.
She who shall not be
no,
named.
it who shall not be named. I don't even like associating it with the female gender because that's it. The female gender is a good thing. This is not a good thing. Anyway, so I tell her that, and her response was, "Oh, is that your code for you're gonna go see your side bitch?" And I was like, she straight up said that to my face, and I was like, "What?" And my response was, "What? Like, no." And I'm insulted you'd say that, you fucking bitch.
Nice.
And it was a fucking switch of, I can't believe you'd call me something like that. Why would you do that?
Because you're being one?
I have, in my entire interactions with her, like any face-to-face interaction with her, I have called her fewer names ever than she has called me in a single conversation.
Oh, God. Oh.
Right, in a single sentence.
It's all right, though, because, look, now you're in the perfect relationship.
Oh, so. No, this is what I got here is great. It's more like this, please.
I love just the thumb over the shoulder. I mean, she's just in the background.
Yeah,
Yeah. It just right works perfectly for this episode.
More of this.
Oh, that's funny.
But like, this one of the last times I ever spoke to her, I very rightfully called her a cunt. I made sure. I made sure.
Deserving of it.
I made sure that she knew that that's what I thought of
her. Nice. And by all accounts, she sounds like the type. So
because she was telling, because the reason it came up is she was telling me how much better at sex the guy she cheated on me with like, it was a real complicated end, but she was telling me how much better at sex he was, and I was like, okay, you slutty little cunt. And that, oh my God, I can't believe you call me that. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? What the fuck is right with you? I'll tell you, nothing.
Oh, amazing. Wow.
Yeah, it was a very liberating experience. I was a long time. I was like 10 years ago at this point, and and it's one of those things that relationship was so. It was actually traumatic for me. Like, I actually still have problems stemming from that relationship.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, I have problems with long phone conversations. I do
too, but I hate the phone. Talking to people sucks, but yeah, I understand. I get that though. Yeah.
But like, if I didn't call her one day, oh man, end of the fucking world. Because I'm, busy trying to live my life, do homework. I'm going to school too. Yeah, I've got shit I need to do.
Yeah. Well, when I first started dating Shasta, her previous boyfriend was like super controlling. So like wanted to know where she was, who she was with. And the first time she was like, "Oh, hey, I'm going out to the mall with, so and so." I was like, "Okay." And then
go have fun.
Yeah, she was like, "You didn't text me or anything." I was like, "Why would I?"
You're out with your friends.
Text you. Yeah, you're out with one of your girlfriends. I don't care. Like,
yeah.
I mean, even to this day, she's still weird about that. It's like, I don't care. Like, you're your own person. You can do whatever you want. You're fine.
Yeah. No. And like, that's one of the nice parts about, being in a relationship with someone you trust is like, Juliana's contemplating going to visit one of our friends' parents in the next couple of weeks, just because like, they own a pot farm in California.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
So she was thinking of going down there, and I'm like, go, have fun. Like,
yeah. You
need a vacation, you need a break, go. Be free.
And when you're asleep, I'll put a tracking implant in your neck.
Yeah,
so that way I know exactly where you are. Yeah.
But I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with that because I know, I mean, I am fully confident that Juliana's not going to walk out on me. It's
Yeah,
not.
I think
an
at this
issue.
point, yeah, I think you're fine. So
Yeah, we kind of made it a legal thing. It's been almost 6 years that we've been together,
yeah,
so I think we're kind of stuck with each other at this point. But I'm okay with that. So
yeah.
it's kind of a wash.
Oh, it's the same with me. Everyone's like, "Wow, you guys have been dating for 9 years." It's like, when are you gonna get married? It's like, fucking pretty much are. Like, what do you want us to do? Like, we both shit with the door open and have conversations with each other. What more do we need to do at that point? I'm fucking sorry.
That's really it. It really is. As soon as you start shitting with the door open, you're stuck with the other person.
Yeah, it's like it was like last week or something. I'm on the computer and the bathroom's like right over here on this wall, you know. And she goes in there, she's like, "Oh, I gotta pee." I was like, "Did I hear a fart?" And it was like, she's like, "Yeah," and you know, it's like,
It's what it is.
yeah,
It's not the end of the world.
yeah. I mean, look, if she hasn't left me for like hiking up shorts up to my fucking armpits and doing stupid shit in front of her like that, then I think we're okay. You know. I still don't know why she's with me. That's a mystery to me still. I don't understand.
No, that's something I'm working on too.
I'm trying to still figure that out. And I'm wondering if that's just the male thought in general. Because it's like, why are you with me?
It's probably a subsect of rejection sensitivity dysphoria, where there's just something in the back of your brain that goes no.
I mean, to be fair, she's still way out of my league and can definitely do better.
Oh, same.
I tell her that constantly. She doesn't believe me. I think she's with me for the life insurance money that doesn't exist.
I don't even have that. I don't even have that going for me.
I always say that. I was like, "You're just with me for the life insurance." Yeah,
like that. That's what gets me is I don't even have that part. She's the breadwinner. I just work
here. Yeah. Because I don't know. Yeah, it's a mystery. I have no idea. But yeah, life-defining moments.
Yeah,
those are two good ones.
Another.
I don't think I have any others. Well, no, I did go out on a date a couple of times with one chick, who we were kind of friends after that. But it was actually I became friends with a couple of her friends that I'm still really good friends with, and now all of us as her friends kind of basically split away from her because, my God, drama, fucking drama. Like,
those are the good ones. Those are the good ones,
dude. We used to. There was 3 of us specifically, me and 2 others who were still. All 3 of us are great friends. We used to have coffee meetups every Monday, and then it was every Friday.
Yeah.
We called it our Mensa meeting. Because she was talking about how she got invited to join Mensa, and all of us were like, Mensa is so fucking stupid.
It's so fucking stupid.
It's the biggest dick stroke of an organization I've ever seen for no reason. I mean, I don't get it. People who flaunt high IQs just make me cringe with like the utmost of cringe.
It's the like of the things to be proud of, how smart you are with a number value is really fucking stupid.
Oh, it's really stupid. Because like here's it's
a completely arbitrary number.
It is, because it basically lets you know how you test. It's not necessarily that, you're really fucking a genius. It basically is like, hey, how does your brain kind of work? How do you see things compared to other people? I mean, look, here's the thing. I took an IQ test once. I scored pretty fucking high, but I've never gone around being like, "Oh, how's it going? Let me tip my fedora to you and fucking let you know what my IQ is." Like
it doesn't.
I don't care.
No,
it's never been one of those things because I'm not going to do anything with any kind of intelligence because I don't want to go back to school.
God,
I'm happy where I am right now.
Yeah,
like
that's exactly what it is for me. Is I'm sure I would do probably pretty okay on an IQ test, on an actual full tilt IQ test. I'd probably be okay. I don't care.
Yeah.
I just don't care because intelligence has nothing to do with who you are as a person.
Oh, exactly. I mean, it's just So yeah. Anyway, she did that whole thing. So we're like, hey, we're gonna have our Mensa meeting where we basically, we'd shoot the shit, talk about comics, movies, whatever. But then there'd always be the, hey, what's new in her life? Because we used to literally be like the only circle she would fucking call to bitch about things. So we've all had those fucking 3-hour conversations with her where she's like, I'm not good enough for life. And in the back of my head, I'm like, well, if you really think that way, I can think of a number of ways you could end it pretty quickly. But, I'm trying to be supportive as a quote unquote friend. And still, I guess still to this day, because I honestly, like, since I don't have Facebook anymore or anything like that, I don't know what's going on in her life. But, she still goes on like these Facebook rants about how just, oh God, life is over, blah blah blah, and it's just like, oh my God, how she is married now, I have no idea. that man is a fucking saint to put up with that shit. So yeah, but no, that's another one though. It's like if I wouldn't have gone out with her a couple of times, I wouldn't have met these awesome people, and then like split off and just been friends with those people. So I guess that's another big one. But otherwise, I can't think of shit really. I make a lot of small, stupid decisions.
Yeah. Another one for me probably would have been with my second major relationship. But this was getting into that one, because that was a weird time. This was like 2012-ish.
It's a good year.
It was all right. I decided to kind of bite the bullet and get into community theater. I auditioned for a play at Clark College, fine, whatever, and I got a part. Like I ended up getting like a part, and I ended up with, doing whatever I needed to do, and I had a lot of fun with the cast, and it was kind of an episodic play. It wasn't like one continuous story. It was like little vignettes pieced up, right. And it was like kind of overarched with like different bits in it. Like the play was called Almost Maine, Almost, Maine, like the city of Almost, Maine.
Yeah.
And so it was like, just kind of like little vignettes into the life of people in this city and people who've left and come back, and, so-and-so's hanging out with whatever. And it was really just like two people at a time, and some people had multiple parts, and some people had, almost everyone had two parts. So it was an interesting, and like one girl broke her leg like the week after auditions. So they had to work that into the script.
Break a leg, and she took that shit serious.
Oh yeah, but we did it, and we had a lot of fun doing it. It was a lot of fun. The play itself was very enjoyable, and there was one girl who was actually in the play that I got on with very well. And like we were, flirty and, kind of, will they, won't they sort of thing. Will they, won't they sort of thing. And then there was another girl who was in the crew. She was one of the backstage crew.
Yeah.
But she was 16.
Oh, shit. And I'm assuming you were over 18 at this point, right?
No, this wasn't 2012. This was 2010. I was 20.
Oh, okay.
I was 20. And it play goes on. We because it rained for like a month. It was great. And then there's like the one or 2 days a week that we would do a matinee, so there'd be two shows in a day. Or the whole play ran for a month, like on weekends. So it ran like Friday, Saturday, and then I think there was a Sunday matinee. And I think there was one Saturday that had a matinee as well as an evening show. So like we did that, and like we, as you do in a play, you all get very close and you all have jokes and play around. And,
oh, yeah.
And I had like a fling girlfriend. There was like over the course of this month there was the month before the show I was dating a girl, but it was literally just the month before the show that we were together. And then I decided to like she had, I'm kind of an asshole for this one, but she had made plans to come see the show with my parents and grandmother.
Oh God.
And the day before, they were going to come to Final Dress, which was like an actual ticketed show, like a sort of pre-ticketed show.
Right. Like a preview.
Like a
show
preview,
almost.
everything's still, like, it's as good as we're going to get before we're actually, like, full paying customers. You know, we had so many.
Yeah.
And they were going to come, that was that girlfriend at the time, my grandmother, and my parents. And so the four of them were all going to come to my show. And I broke up with this girl the
night of?
the day before.
God. Fucking
I was
savage.
just, I had to be real. I was like, I'm not feeling it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's if at a month it's that shit or get off the pot.
It was
type deal.
exactly that. It was like, I'm not feeling any long-term thing. This was kind of a fling. I don't see anything going forward. I'm sorry, but I need to not. And like, she was okay with it. And so then I went and I hung out in a hot tub with a bunch of hot girls from
God.
breaking up with her.
Oh.
Oh yeah. No, I was 20 was weird for me. And this all happened like 2 months before my 21st birthday. This was like the November before I turned 21 is when the actual play ran. And rehearsals was for October. So play runs and we go to, and it's the final night and we're like, hey, we're going to go have a big cast, like our unofficial cast party where we all go to a friend's house and just get shit-faced drunk and have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we had invited the 16-year-old backstage girl. As we did. And, like, there were a couple of us who were actually over 21. There were some who weren't, and the ones who were over 21 went and got alcohol for those of us who weren't. And so, you know, we got a 16-year-old drunk.
Terrible.
Gosh. Yeah, no, it was... And there was a point where I think I was smoking a cigar? Just out back with... Oh, yeah.
Who the fuck is this person?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, 20 was weird. So I was out back at this person's house smoking a cigar with another friend. That friend and the 16-year-old was there too. And that friend went inside. Something happened. The 16-year-old tripped. I caught her. And I just kind of held her there for, oh, yeah. No, this is going exactly... This is going...
out of a fucking movie.
This is going exactly where you think it's going.
Oh, my God.
And I ended up kissing her.
Yeah, naturally. As you do when you... Wait, what?
It's so gross.
Yeah. That's a little creepy.
I recognize... I recognize the optics.
Yeah.
I know what's going on, and like I do not feel proud of myself in that moment.
That's good. As long as you don't feel proud.
That was an example of what not to do. Don't do that. See this here?
Yes.
That's bad. Don't do that. So from there I was like, and even in the moment I went, that was bad. I need to not do that again.
Yeah.
So I went and I haven't actually recounted this story in a very long time, so I'm trying to remember that it's a lot more vivid than I thought it would have been. So I go and I go to this other girl that I'd been flirting with throughout the entire show. And like there was obviously chemistry there and there was obviously something there, right?
Right.
And
you start making out with her.
Unfortunately, no.
Oh.
But we ended up and we were just sitting talking.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was bad. Like I told her what happened and she's like, that was bad.
Oh,
and I was like, I know that was bad. I need to not do that.
Then you're like, hey, can you trip and let me catch you real quick so I can make
This was
up for
the
that
by the way, this was the girl with the broken leg.
Oh shit!
So she's actually
Excellent.
got her leg up on my lap. Oh yeah.
So what I'm hearing is Zach has a thing for the handicapped.
Apparently.
Oh, is that a handicap placard you got there in your car? How you doing?
I'll take that free parking.
Rockstar Park and right up
But
front.
anyway, I go, and apparently Jan's 16-year-old sees this, gets upset.
Oh god, this is like I don't know what
She gets
this is
upset
right
and
now.
starts crying.
Naturally. Is there
And-
another 16-year-old to soothe her?
No, but
Oh god.
one of my other friends talks to her and all sorts of things, and apparently I was the most sober person there.
Oh lord, that's
That
wow.
right? Apparently I was the most sober person there, and it was like, hey,
Oof.
she's not doing too hot. Somebody needs to get her home. You're the
Oh,
most sober. I had to
God,
drive this
no.
girl home from fucking Camas
This is amazing.
to like just north of downtown Vancouver. So I got to go a 20-minute drive.
Oh god.
And I did it with the intention of like, okay, I'm going to take this girl home and then I'm going to go back to the party.
Yeah.
Well, go figure, as I'm on my way, the party fucking ends.
Yeah, naturally.
So I just had to go home, and I'm like, well, shit. So I end up, like, trying to talk out with this 16-year-old what happened, and I'm like, that was bad. Like, this is, like, days after the fact. Like, I'm messaging her. I'm
Yeah.
like, that was bad. That shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Like, that was no. And she's like, well, but, like, we could totally start dating. And I was like, but
Fuck no.
but you're 16 and I'm 20.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
like,
problem.
you know, in a couple of years maybe. But yeah.
But me being the stupid horny idiot that I was,
Oh god, no, you started dating her?
I looked into it, and in the state of Washington, as long as
I
there
know
is
the
there
legality.
is less than 60 months difference in age, which there was.
Oh god.
So we ended up dating for like over 2 years.
Oh my god. I don't think you've ever told me this one.
Really?
I don't think so, man. I would have remembered this.
It's not my proudest moment. And I mean, everything was done full consent on her part, on my part. Like, nothing untoward happened terribly.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know,
It was
a life experiences, I guess, man.
that
You know,
was exactly what that was, and it didn't end well because she was one of those super jealous types, and I was
Oh,
like, oh yeah.
God.
She ended up being one of those super jealous types, and I had, or it wasn't that she was jealous, she was super needy.
Oh, the needy one.
And I had gotten my security job on a graveyard shift.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Like I had gotten a security guard job, and then I was working like a swing shift, so I was working like 1 to 9:30. Fine, whatever, I can sleep.
Yeah.
I can just go to bed late, and I don't have to be to work till 1:30 anyway, whatever. Then I get a graveyard shift. Which
Wait,
is
is this the job that you were sleeping at?
oh yeah,
'Cause there was, like-
oh yeah,
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 okay.
yeah. This is
I
this is the
remember
job
it.
I ended up sleeping at. So like within within 2 months of me switching to graveyard, working midnight to 8 a.m., I ended up just ending that relationship because
Right,
she
right.
was constantly nagging me. Hey, when am I going to see you? Hey, when am I going to see you? I'm fucking tired.
Bitch, I have a job.
I'm tired. Like I'm getting home at 8 in the morning.
It's like, shouldn't you be studying for your SATs? What are you doing?
Well, she was in the Running Start program, so she was in college classes. Yeah, that's how she ended up doing the backstage for the, yeah. That whole story was an example of what not to do.
Yes.
Don't
What
do
not
that.
to do.
That was
Don't-
bad. I acknowledge that.
Podcast.
It was a mistake. That's why I'm saying if I had done something else, if I had pursued Broken Leg Girl a little harder, things would have been different.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And I mean, like, I this broken leg girl, 10 out of 10.
Nice.
Like,
I like how you're saying this, and Juliana's sitting right behind you.
what's done is done. That was 10 years
I
ago.
know.
That was 10
I'm just-
fucking years ago.
I know. I'm just saying. It's just funny to me. I don't know.
It was funny when you
Act like he hasn't told me this before.
Oh yeah, she knows this story.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. that
But
makes
like
sense.
when you said and Juliet is right behind you, she just looks at the camera.
Yes.
I don't know.
That was.
I'm sure she can hear you.
I can hear you.
Probably.
through
Okay.
headphones.
Yeah, she
Oh,
can
okay.
she can hear you.
Okay. Good. Good. Yeah. That's just wow. That's a good story. That's
So,
what
yeah,
you'll be
but
telling
it was-
your kids.
Yeah, right. But it was one of those examples of if I had done something different,
Yeah. Yeah.
things would have been different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a
Uh,
doozy. That was
yeah. I had. You've never told me that story, so that was a new one for me. That was fantastic.
Glad I could keep you on your toes.
That's a good one. I mean, I didn't know where we were going with that one. It was a roller coaster of emotions right there. Oh, I like it.
It was actually a month after I broke up, or not even a month. It was like the weekend I broke up with that girl. I met my now best friend, Badger, who, by helping him move into his house,
Yes.
that guy,
Yeah. The TARDIS.
the TARDIS house, yes.
Yeah.
With the shop with the stuff in it.
Yeah. I want to see all the stuff.
I've bullied him into actually like, hey, let's figure this shit out.
Yeah.
And he's finally reached the breaking point with his job, where he's just like, I need to pursue something else. So he's
It happens.
moving forward. He wants to do something else.
Good. It's always exciting.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God. I don't think I have any other life-defining moments.
But like that was the thing, is I got out of that relationship and I ended up meeting Badger, and
Yeah.
he started telling me about like Soak.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I want to go to that, but tickets were always sold out by the time he would bring it up. So I finally I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
I'm watching. I'm paying attention to things. I'm watching stuff, and I finally got tickets to Soak. And I again, if I had never gone to Soak, that would have been
Oh, yeah.
my
Yeah.
life now would be completely different than if I hadn't.
Yeah, because Soak, I know you've told me the story about how just
What's
Soak
the
kind of
selling?
changed everything for you. So,
So what was the selling point?
You being into the burner community.
Oh yeah. So no, I met Juliana like 3 weeks after I went to my first Soak.
oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Do I know? I don't think you've ever told me how you guys even met.
No?
I don't think
haven't-
so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I had gone to my first Soak, which fucking A, man. The events like that for the first time are so overwhelming. There's
Yeah. I remember you
so
telling me
much just coming at you all the time. And I
Yeah,
didn't,
yeah.
and like I was even like ballsy enough to volunteer for Gate my first year, which made me stand out. People were like, "You volunteered for Gate on your first year?" Wow. Okay.
that. Hey, you know.
I guess that made an impact. But yeah, from there, I went and I experienced, and it was actually really cool. Saturday, I made sure I didn't have any work on Saturdays, that I could be done.
Right. Right.
And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do mushrooms. So I take, and we had them like ground up into like little capsules, and then we would just break up the capsules and like mix it with Gatorade and take it that way.
Yeah.
Way easier on the stomach. Way doesn't taste like dirt.
Bitter garbage dirt. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and we would mix it with Gatorade so we could get, the electrolytes and shit too.
Yeah.
Because that's important when you're tripping balls.
Yeah.
And I was
You
like,
gotta
I'm
stay
gonna
hydrated.
I was specifically dedicated to doing a day trip. I was like, I'm gonna do a day trip. So I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna ease into my day, and then I'm gonna trip balls. So I go and I start from my camp, which is at the bottom, and the whole event is kind of a U. or it's kind of a circle, and there's a giant like cliff in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So I start down here, and I walk up around the cliff, and I get to a point that's like a peak looking over the whole lower. And as I reached like the bottom of the hill, I finished the Gatorade. And as I'm walking, I got my blood pumping, so my blood's pumping a little faster, so it starts. As soon as I come over the crest of the hill, I start tripping, and it was the most amazing thing. Like it kicked in, and my like all the visuals start coming in, and everything just got bright and vibrant, and I could feel all the music just pumping in my chest. It was so cool.
Nice.
And then like I went and I hung out with all the gate folk that are just like, hey, these are kind of my people. I go and I hang out with them, and they're like, so wait, this is your first soak? This is your first, you volunteer, you're day tripping, and you're just taking all this shit like a champ. And I was like, yeah, this is how it is. I go and I hang out, and I guess one of them had gone into town and came back with a burger, like just a cheeseburger. Came back with that for his girlfriend, who was the gate lead at the time. And she gets like halfway through it, she's like, I'm done with this. Who wants it? And I was like, me! I do. It was the best fucking cheeseburger I've ever fucking
had. That'll happen.
That'll happen. Yeah, and then, so I did that day trip. I came down, and then that night was the burn. That was when they do the big main burnable structure, make it go on fire and fall down. Great. Yeah. So, like, I'm doing that. And so I did a day trip. I up, down. Like, full come down, cop sober, not tripping. Yep. And I was like, I want to trip for the burn.
Back to backs, baby. Let's go.
Way back up. I didn't continue a trip. I started a new one.
Nice.
But it was great. Like, it was a good time. And, like, I'm sitting there and, like, it kicks in right as because they have, like, fire dancers to start. So they have, like, poise spinning and staves. And, like, I had a dude with a whip and, like, all sorts of cool shit.
Yeah.
So they're doing all that, and I'm tripping balls. And I remember specifically a friend of mine, Sticky is his name. And he's sitting there, and he had the Nexus 6. So, like,
that was a great phone.
That was a great phone, and like he was all super happy about it. He's like,
that was a fantastic phone.
It was a great phone. So he had the Nexus 6, and he's sitting there and he's recording the whole thing, like recording the fire dancers, and he's doing all that. And like he finishes and he's like, oh, I've got 3.5 minutes of 4K video. And one of the guys who had like experienced burner had been going through the Burning Man, like been going to Burning Man for years.
Yeah.
He just looks at him and goes, me too. And exactly. I had taken, like, I had made a rule for myself, and I still hold this rule every time I go to this event. As soon as I get there, I put my phone on the strongest battery saver I can.
Yep.
To get as much battery life out of it as I possibly can. And I only turn it on when I need an alarm.
Yeah.
And as soon as I don't need an alarm, my phone goes off and it stays in my tent.
Yeah.
I am there to be in the moment. And like I held that from my very first soak, and I just continued doing that, and I still do that to this day every time I go.
Oh yeah. That's the same rule when I go camping with anybody. It's like no phones.
No phones.
It's like nope. Why do we need phones? We're out fishing. Why the fuck do we need phones?
Yeah, you're outside. Like the point is to be outside away from technology. Like that's my big unplug for the year.
Yeah, no, I totally get that because I'm the same way.
It's fantastic. So I do that, and I remember. So I came up right as the fire dancers came up. So I'm getting all the visuals and tracers because now it's nighttime, and I'm outside, which is great.
Oh yeah,
and then the actual main burnable structure goes up, and that year was a Phoenix. With they had the whole time they had the wings down, and then they prepare it. They put it in a different position, and they put the wings up in this big, wide, majestic, and then they just set the whole thing on fire. It was so beautiful. And I remember specifically sitting down. I'm surrounded by my friends.
Yep.
And I look up, and I watch all of the embers just swirling and dancing in the sky and seeing all those tracers with the stars in the background. that was one of the best experiences I've ever had. It was so cool.
That's pretty awesome.
So I it's been a while since I've done mushrooms, and I'm getting.
It's been a few years. I haven't.
Yeah, it's been
high school.
It's been years for. Oh wow, okay, longer for you.
Yeah, it's been quite a while.
It's been like
I haven't really
4 years for me since I've done mushrooms.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
we should do mushrooms. Let's do. Should we wait? Our first live broadcast. Oh no! Wait, we dedicated that one to the couples episode.
Yes, that will be the couples episode.
Our second podcast, we should 100% maybe do that,
maybe.
Or beforehand. I don't, whatever.
We'll see. Anyway,
because apparently, I forgot to tell you, this is total sidetrack, but it is a rumor, but it's pretty strong found rumor that the birthday gift from my parents this year, which I have not received yet because we had a lot of stuff going on.
Yes, you've mentioned this.
Have I? Oh, they're
Traeger?
they're gonna give me a Traeger. So yeah, that'll be happening this summer for barbecues.
Fuck yes.
So
fuck yes.
Yeah. So we'll have to have you guys over again.
Yes, I'm on board.
Yeah, and I think this time around I'm gonna go to a butcher and get some. I was thinking some tomahawks, but I'm not 100% sure what I'm getting yet.
Dude, you got to do ribs.
Yeah, I was thinking ribs too.
On a smoker like that, you gotta do ribs.
Well, it's not. It's a wood pellet.
But
so,
still, okay, with you gotta do ribs.
Ribs will happen.
Okay.
I'm sure there will be a variety.
Okay. There will be a selection of meats, including fish, for those who were so inclined.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, there's going to be a very fine selection of meat that goes on that thing. So
on board. I am on board. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I get back from Soak, and I move. I moved within a week of returning from Soak, because it was Memorial Day weekend. That was a May, and we needed to be out by June 1st. So I come back and I move, and I had a place I could go, which was I moved from over by the Vancouver Mall to North Portland to St. John's.
Okay.
And I move and I start getting settled, and I'm kind of still figuring myself out. I'm still working that graveyard shift.
Yeah.
That graveyard security shift. And I've been at my new place for like a week, and I had invited a friend that's a mutual friend between Juliana and I. I didn't know it at the time, but I had invited a friend to hang out.
Yeah.
And then like that morning, I was like, hey, we still on for today? She's like, no, I'm not feeling very good. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm just going to call it. So I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. And then, like, 2 hours later, she messages me, and she's like, oh, a third friend, this is a completely different person, not Juliana, just showed up at my house and is bullying me to go out, so I'm going to be at this place at this time if you want to meet me there. I'm like, cool, I'll be there. So I go, and I meet her there, and I had met this other friend before, like, once, but, like, we weren't, like, this was our first, like, real-time meeting. And we go, and my friend, she tells me, she's like, oh, hey, I invited this girl. I think you'll like her. She's from out of town. I invited her to come hang out with us. And I was like, okay, whatever. And so we met at this bubble tea place in like the Alphabet District downtown.
Okay.
And so we're hanging out, and then this girl walks in with brunette hair and glasses and, all done up, and she's wearing like a jean skirt and a nice top and like wedge heels. I think she had red toenails at the time.
I don't even like that.
Yeah, no. I pay attention, dear. She comes in, and then, my friend goes, oh my God, Juliana. So she introduces us, and then the friend that introduced us and her friend, they go somewhere else. The first thing Juliana ever said to me was about
Oh, God.
some horse that had just gotten the Triple Crown of the. And I immediately just went, oh God, she's a sports nut. We'll never get along. That was my first reaction to anything Juliana ever said to me.
Is horse racing a sport? I guess it is.
It's a
technically a sport. It's just wow, horse racing.
Yeah, so she's talking about how some horse just won the Triple Crown, and I'm like, okay. But then we go around and we hang out and we go just look at. But the first thing we did was she needed shoes because she did not wear proper footwear. So she went and she bought some flip flops from like down the street.
Nice.
And like we
So
ended up talking, and I was like, oh, she's like actually a nerdy.
human
Like
being.
she's not just sports. She's actually like nerdy, and we share interests. Okay, I could fuck with this. Because what did it for me is she wasn't just a Doctor Who fan. She was a Torchwood fan.
Okay.
I don't know how much you know about Torchwood.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's way better than Doctor Who. It's
mean,
darker. It's more.
To be fair, I'm not even a Doctor Who fan.
That's fair.
So
That's fair.
Yeah.
I lost favor with Doctor Who after a while.
I just never got it. I guess I don't know. It just wasn't for me.
It's not for everybody. I get it.
Yeah, and the people who are like, "Oh my God, you're not a Doctor Who fan," I'm just like, "Yeah, go fuck yourself. I'm not a Doctor Who fan. Get over it."
It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, it really.
But yeah,
isn't.
so like she like not only did she know what Torchwood was, she had actually watched it almost all the way through. She was like halfway through the American season, and I'm just like, oh, don't waste your time. Just don't.
Nice. So then what happened? Obviously, the first meeting went well.
The first meeting went well. Actually, I forgot about this part. We ended up going to a friend's house. We have a friend who
Okay.
lives in Gresham, and he had bought
Oh,
an
God.
old. What?
She didn't trip and fall, and you caught her, did you?
No. 'Cause that
would have been hilarious.
This is much better than that.
He's giving away all the secrets.
He asked for the story. I'm telling him the story.
I'm getting the details.
So we go out to. We drove from one side of town to the other because again we're in the Alphabet District and we had to drive all the way to fucking Gresham.
Yeah.
And like a friend of mine and his wife had just bought this old TB hospital. So they had like this 12-bedroom house.
Jeez.
They were trying to turn in their own little like burner commune. They had a pool. They have huge like large property,
Yeah.
big back porch, like big massive house, and they're like using the fuck out of it. So like, hey, just there's a hangout at this place. So we're like, okay, cool. And so we went, and one of the first things I did when I got there before Juliana and our friend. And one of the first things I did when I got there was grind on Badger. Or it was either Badger or the owner of the house. One of them was dancing, and I get up and I start like back that ass up on him. And they're like, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Zach's here!"
As one would.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then we go and she, the girls show up and we start hanging out, and the evening goes on, and it gets to like 9-10 o'clock at night, and somebody goes,
Yeah.
"Who wants to go skinny dipping?"
Zach's down.
I said, "Yeah, fuck it, why not?" So did Juliana.
Oh,
So I got to see Juliana naked the day we met.
nice.
Yeah.
That sealed the deal, huh?
It helped.
Yeah. Yeah.
It helped.
That's funny. That's funny.
But yeah, from there we just did skinny dip. We just fucked around in the pool. I mean, we didn't fuck in the pool, but we just hung around in the pool
You
naked.
said fucked around. Yeah. No, I get it.
We hung out in the pool naked. Whatever. And then we go our separate ways. And then a couple days go by, and I reached out to the friend that introduced the two of us, and I was like, hey, can I get Juliana's number?
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Or she was like, yeah, let me ask. She asked, and obviously Juliana said yes.
Or there was stalking involved, and that's part 2 of this story.
Well, I mean, I did text you that night.
That's fair.
And we ended up hanging out with 2 of my best friends, the Dans. This is Dan and Daniel. We call them the Dans collective.
Yeah,
Because they're, like, of our friend group, they're the oldest friends.
Yeah.
And one is named Dan and one is named Daniel. And Dan is not short for Daniel. His given name name is Dan.
Wow. All right. I like it.
Yeah. He's anyway. So we end up watching The Voices with Ryan Reynolds. Have you seen that movie?
Yes, I have. I have.
We ended up watching. The 4 of us ended up watching that. And yeah.
Nice.
And
the
then,
rest is history.
And then, like, she ended up, like, I'm still doing my graveyard shift stuff, and I'm still having a bitch of a time getting to sleep during the day. Because when I first started working graveyard shift, I lived in a basement. That was fine. I could just shut the door and I'm in the dark.
Oh, yeah. It's always the best.
No big deal. But then, I moved to an above ground situation.
Yeah.
And that became more difficult. Progressive to, I live in upstairs in the summer in a poorly ventilated apartment in North Portland.
Yeah, no, thank you.
So I was just like, it's fuck it, it's a little hot.
Yeah.
So I'd been talking with Julianne, and she's like, oh, I'm going to Wednesday game night. And I was like, oh, Wednesday game night? What's that about? And she's like, oh, it's this place down in Selwood that we go to, and they just host a game night every Wednesday. It's like an adults game night, so like you can buy drinks and all that good stuff. And so I was like, fuck it, I'll go.
Yeah, why not?
I go and we hang out and we do those sorts of things. And I go to like 2 or we ended up going to like 2 or 3 together. And on the third one, I was like, I actually like, for the first time ever, I specifically said, would you like to go on a date with me?
Yeah.
And
Specifically.
I specifically said, would you like to go on a date with me? And she said yes.
Nice.
For some god-awful reason.
And what was in the car?
It was a cigar, Zach.
I'm getting to the first date. So, for our first date, I had found out that there was this like the Portland Art Museum was hosting this, like they had a bunch of people get together and paint pianos, and this was like the exhibition of all of those pianos that they were then going to distribute throughout Portland.
Nice.
So this was an example of that. So I invited her to that because I figured, like, hey, she's, she had been talking about how she was in Spain and she's half Irish and all these sorts of things. So I figured she's a woman of culture. This is something she'd be into. I don't give a shit about this piano stuff. I don't care. I thought she'd be interested in it.
Oh no!
This was just my motivate. Like, this was just something. Hey, I figured this would be something she'd enjoy, and then we could go for a walk or go out to get something to eat, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, this is a starting point, and then we can go from there.
Yep.
And so I get there and I'm hanging out, and she's like, I'll be there, like, works on fire or whatever, blah, 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 because this was when she was at her old job. Works on fire, blah, 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 blah. I'll get there as soon as I can. She finally gets there. She messaged me and she goes, I locked my keys in my car.
Oh God.
And I'm like, okay, where are you at? I'll come hang out with you until they come, get your keys out.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, just stay, watch your thing. And I was like, I keep, where are you? So I can come just at least be with you while you're waiting for somebody to get your keys out of your car. And she finally breaks down and tells me all this, and I I go and I get there like right as the guy who's gonna get into her car and get her keys out shows up, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I put you away for the thing." I'm like, I don't care. I didn't say that, but I'm just like, it's fine. It's fine.
Obviously, you wanted to spend.
I did end up.
That was the goal.
Yeah, I did end up telling her much later. It was like, I didn't care about the piano thing. It's not. I did. It was. That's not why I wanted to do that.
Amazing. That's amazing.
So yeah, we ended up just walking around like the University District of Portland around PSU, and we ended up just going and getting like a couple appetizers at the Melting Pot because we were hungry and we just
I still need to go there.
I
heard it's expensive.
It's very expensive. It's definitely something you want to do with multiple people because it's like the price they put down is like it's $100 for 4 people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For like 4. So like you go with.
I'll just go with me and Shasta. It's fine.
Yeah.
I can.
You go with like 4 people.
Yeah, so it's like $25 a pop.
Split it 4 ways, $25 a pop. But you get like, depending on the way you do it, you get like steak and lobster and seafood, like all sorts of good shit. And like it's also appetizer, entree, and dessert in that $100. So like, yes, the cost is expensive, but what you get for it is actually not too bad.
Yeah.
It's something that, like, we've talked about doing. Fondue's a little difficult for me, given my situation, but they do offer non-dairy, like, they do have a non-dairy option.
So it's a block of Velveeta that just melts in there.
See, I don't know exactly how, but they do have a non-dairy option available for those like me, and they do have, largely seafood. I've been there once, and, like, we got like a surf and turf deal, so there was lobster and steak and
nice.
We did the whole like cheese entree. They just give you hot oil to fry your whatever in, and then they give you like a chocolate dessert. It's so good.
That sounds good.
So good.
I need to get food. What are we at with time? Because I feel like
hour 7.
Okay, because I feel like I can do mine. How I met Shasta. Our first date, which I think I told you that story, but that's still just a gem.
I don't remember.
New Year's?
I don't think you told me that story.
Let's move mine to next week.
Okay.
So we have a part 1 of the what should we call this episode?
Oh, this episode is absolutely titled "What Not to Do."
What not to do? With what not to do with a side of wholesome.
Was there any wholesome, really? There's not really any wholesome today.
Well, the wholesome story was the fact that, how you and Juliana got together.
It's fair. I did explain how I met and started dating my wife.
Oh my God. How I Met Your Mother, part 1. And then we'll do part 2 next week with my story.
Okay.
Because I think that's a good...
That works.
That's good. I like that. So stay tuned for the 2-parter. And then aren't we doing movies soon? That should be soon. Yeah.
Should be soon. Fuck. I need to watch my movie. I still need to narrow. I'm still stuck at 20.
It's fine.
Yeah. Let's just get like, we're not gonna put a timeline on it. Let's do the episode when we're both done.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Because it's gonna take a minute. Because I need to watch all of mine. Because I'm a weirdo.
Yeah. No, I've been watching mine as well, so...
Okay, you're to the point where you're able to watch them? You have it narrowed down enough that you can watch them?
It's not narrowed down enough. I've been watching to try to narrow down.
Okay.
Like, to make sure I'm remembering the movies correctly. But,
fair.
Yeah.
I
was going to bring something else up, and I can't remember now for some reason.
Fuck.
Oh, God, was it important? Oh, the new headphones, solid. I'm liking them. So,
yeah,
it's like my new addiction. I swear to God, I've been looking at even more expensive headphones now. All Beyerdynamic. The open. I gotta tell you something. Closed back versus open. It's a whole world
of difference. Oh yeah,
it's crazy.
I love open back. I've had these open backs for years, and again, I literally just changed the ear cups and the cable.
Yeah. I love both.
Although
of them.
Tyrion fucking destroyed my cable the other day,
Oh,
like the new
bastard.
one, because he was just like
Oh.
sitting on or like next to the cable
Yeah.
at the front of my computer, and then he just bolted, and it caught around his chest and just ripped it sideways, and just like this is what was left in my computer.
Oh my god.
He just completely destroyed it. So luckily they have a warranty on their stuff. So I just emailed them and I was like, "Hey, you claim
Like,
stronger
my cat's an
durability.
asshole.
Claim stronger durability on your product, but my cat
proved
kind
that
of
wrong.
pulled on it a little bit and it broke. So they just sent me a new one that just got here like 20 minutes ago."
Nice. Oh, that's what I was saying. I have started making music again.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. It's all terrible and I hate it, but that's my own opinion.
I will probably disagree with you.
Probably. Most people do, and I'm just like, this is fucking garbage.
We're literally using your music for this show.
I know, and that's like every time I hear it, I'm like, God, it could be so much better. This is absolute shit.
I really like it, and everyone
Yeah, no,
I've showed it
it's-
to has really liked it. So,
I'm working on a classic music piece, like a classical music piece.
oh, interesting.
Yeah, I
Fuck.
might upload a snippet to SoundCloud. I don't know.
Death Stranding's on sale.
Oh, I still need to play it, but I've heard nothing but walking. It's a walking simulator, but by all accounts, it's still really fucking good. Plus, Hideo Kojima's, Hideo Kojima. I
Yeah,
don't
they
know
gave
how to-
Hideo Kojima a budget and said go.
Yeah,
and he
they
did.
didn't. I don't even think they gave him a budget. Sony was just like, "Here's a blank check, make something."
Yeah, here's a blank check. Make what you feel you need to, and
Yeah, he's like,
we'll
"All right,
print it."
I'm gonna need Norman Reedus, a fetus, and a lot of black goo." So
I'm gonna need Norman Reedus, a fetus, Mad Mickelson, a lot of black goop.
yeah.
But yeah,
I
it's
don't
like
know,
$24 right now.
I would honestly say buy it. I haven't played it. I've seen it played. No story spoilers, thankfully.
Yeah,
But I need to get into that. Too many games.
too many
fucking games, man.
Too many.
I started
games.
playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla again because I took a little break from that.
Juliana has officially finished everything she can do in that game until the DLC comes out.
Okay.
Because they patched out all the issues she was having, so she was able to actually
Yeah.
finish the game.
Finish finally. Yeah. Is she still mad about something in that game? Because I remember she was.
I am still
Yes.
very mad.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I'll have to play it so
Okay.
we can talk about that on the podcast. one day
Apparently.
or something. I'll have to do that. So, all right. But yeah, no. Tune in next week for How I Met Your Mother Part 2. Dose. Because my story is somewhat wholesome, somewhat hilarious, mostly hilarious. Yeah,
Because
it's
you
funny.
doing anything without hilariousness is. Questionable.
It wasn't really me.
Hey, it's
Well,
the horror monster again.
Maybe it was me. I don't know,
You
man.
see this?
Everything looks good
Oh, I
on
know
my
what it
side.
is. It's the. I think
It's something.
His thing is shutter. The shutter is stuttering.
Well, no,
The
because
shutter?
it's not coming through on the capture.
Okay.
It's only on Discord.
It might be. I don't know.
It
I don't know
looks
what
like
it is.
old silent films where they've sped it up and then.
That's what I mean. Is like, well, it's like an effect they use in horror movies, where they they want something
I don't know.
that's all creep, or it's like the some of the nurses in Silent Hill, where
Well,
they're
I
like
know- hold
creepy
on.
and juddery moving toward.
I know the Logitech software. You can do things like filters.
It's not a filter. It's just like
I know, but they have filters. Oh, it's not even showing
It's
me.
gotta
I don't
be-
know if this
it's
would
gotta
fuck
be-
with anything.
it's got to be. Oh
No,
Jesus! Well,
there's
that
that.
definitely.
Hold on. Thickness. Now I'm like just destroyed. Zombie, which is just weird. I don't.
A little,
I don't know.
a little more pallid.
Yeah, black and white. Hey, what's up? It's
You're
Clerks.
still super
Ah,
juddery.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. None.
Yeah,
Weird.
I think
There's
it's
two nuns.
probably something with the encoding on my end, but it's not coming
I
through
don't
on
know.
the capture, which is really weird. Anyway,
All right.
Thank you guys for putting up with whatever this is.
Tuning in. Thank
And
you
this-
again to all of our German listeners.
Yeah.
Apparently that we have out there in the world.
Most of you, I guess.
Most of you. What is that? I don't understand that.
What do you mean?
I don't. How do we appeal to Germans?
I don't fucking know. But I'm not
I don't know
really
either.
complaining. Oh, I broke
I'm not
100
either.
followers on TikTok.
There you go. That's good.
Like apparently I'm doing something right. But I guess
Have
I guess I
you,
like found my way into the mini category. There's like
Nice.
obviously 100 of them.
Nice.
So
That's good. There are dozens of us. Dozens.
someone has
Um.
actually made that comment and I was like, yeah, there's a whole 24.
What was I gonna say? Have you plugged any like this show on your TikTok at all or anything like that?
No, not yet. Jesus,
Since
it's
apparently-
so upsetting what's on my screen right now.
What is it still the thing that is it doing?
I'm just gonna make mine. Okay, move.
I don't see it. That's the different one.
I know. I'm showing the actual.
I don't see anything. It looks fine to me.
Okay, that was for the audience. This one's for
Okay.
you.
This one's for me. Oh, what the fuck is that?
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like it's a glitch in the Matrix or something.
Yeah. Isn't that
That's so
terrifying?
disturbing. That is kind of terrifying. I almost wish it was going through
Right?
OBS like that.
A little
because
bit.
That's kind of creepy. But all right. I need to figure out this whole webcam thing.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed that
You've just had
Discord is not
problems.
working with this Logitech shit. I don't know. Maybe I'll swap to something else. I don't know. I gotta figure that out. I don't know. All right.
Okay,
We did the thing.
we did the thing.
And now we're just fucking around with cameras and shit.
There we go. Yeah, that what I just demonstrated was our technical difficulty for the Jesus fucking Christ. It's so upsetting.
It's still doing
It's so upsetting. Like just every time you move, it's just like
safety.
like this is where I wish it was coming in on the capture because that was perfect.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway,
All right.
you've
All right.
put up with our sorry mugs for long enough. We'll catch you guys
Yep.
in the next one.
See ya.